Hey, this is Wilson. As always, I'm joined by two of my prestigious co-hosts, uh, Jason Big Mitch. Let me start over. All right, so in three, two, one. Hey, this is Wilson. As always, I'm joined by two of my prestigious co-hosts, Shane Christopher Murray and Jason Big Mitch Mitchell. Vito flaked on us tonight, but hopefully he'll be back at some point. Um, let's see. So we're gonna bring back the Prize Pick segment because it's NFL season is here. So last year when we did Prize Picks, it was only for basketball, but we're gonna get started on football this year. So that'll be brief, and then of course we're gonna get into Lakers media day took place yesterday, and a lot of stuff to talk about concerning that. You had LeBron saying that AD is the face of the Lakers franchise. He's really trying to hand AD the torch. I know Mitch will have some interesting thoughts about that. You want to talk about Austin Reeves and AD saying that they've heard what the Nuggets were, all the stuff the Nuggets were talking after they swept us last year. So we'll get into that. Of course, the Lakers open against the Nuggets on I think it's October 24th. Nuggets ring night in Denver. And then we want to get into the blockbuster trades that have been happening the last week. Dame Lillard being traded to the Bucks, and then Jrue Holiday first being traded to Portland as part of that deal, and then being rerouted now. He's going to go to the Celtics. So some very big trades in the NBA. But like I said, I want to start with the Prize Pick segment. Basically, I I basically I'm not going to pretend like I've long since given up on trying to be a genius and making picks based on my own expertise because I am not an expert when it comes to this type of stuff. But my favorite capper to tell is a fellow by the name of Zach Roberts. Um, Twitter he goes by, I don't know his exact username. If you type in Zach Roberts, it'll come up. But basically, what I'll do is he's already because it's only Tuesday and the game's going to Thursday game, one Thursday game, of course, and then Sunday games. So he's put out some picks though already, for the early slate. And I'll just let you know these are his recommendations. So he likes Justin Fields, uh, passing plus rushing yards. All these are going to be overs. Terry McLaurin, his receiving yards over.
Mm.
Cole Kemet, his receiving yards over. Uh, is it one of those Robinsons? I'm not sure if it's Brian or Bijan, but he likes their rushing yards over. I should have taken more specified here in my notes. Sam Howell, the quarterback for the it must be which one plays for the Redskins? It's Brian Robinson, right? So yeah, he likes his over.
Brian
Uh,
Robinson, yeah.
yeah. Sam Howell, his passing touchdowns over. Kirk Cousins, his passing yards over. Hawkinson's receiving yards over. Justin Jefferson's receiving yards over. Mahomes' passing yards over. And Travis Kelsey's touchdowns over. Zach is a proponent of what he calls game stacks. So basically, like that game on Sunday is going to be between the Vikings and the Chiefs.
I'll be
I
in attendance.
You gonna be there? You going to Minnesota? Or is
Going to
it?
Minnesota.
Wow. Um,
Oh, just to see him get blown by 30.
Oh,
yeah, but I hit it like I was trying to mention before the show. I hit a six legger, a 6 for 6 a couple weeks ago when the Vikings played the Chargers, and basically the theory is that if you have a high scoring a game that you kind of expect might be a high scoring game, a shootout, what you do is you take both quarterbacks, take a couple of receivers in the game, and maybe a running back or a tight end, and you take all those guys and put them in the same game. It's called a game stack. And well, another thing I like to do is it's still early in the week, so but by Sunday or by by, as the games become near, You'll be able to do combos, right? So you'll be able to do receiving yard combos, rushing yard combos, receiving and rushing yard combos, passing yard combos. So that's what I'm looking forward to, because that way, my idea is that maybe if one guy falls a little bit short, the other guy can make up for it. Instead of just relying on putting all your eggs in one player to hit his mark. So yeah, those are the picks, courtesy of Zach Roberts. Follow him, find him on Twitter. He'll he's the guy, man. And he does college football. NBA season is coming up. I believe he's the best capper in the game. But yeah, man. So those are my picks of the week, courtesy of Zach Roberts. Mitch, you got anything?
Man, the board is so on PrizePicks, the board isn't like fully out. It's just pretty much the games for tomorrow. So the only thing I see that I like is Joey Sly, the Washington kicker, over 1.5 field goals made for the game.
Right. They're playing Atlanta, right?
They're playing Chicago, so I mean,
They're playing Chicago. So that's those first 5 picks I named, recited there with Howe, Ryan Robinson, Cam at the tight end, McLaren and Fields. That's another game stack slip. So Shane,
I saw a stat on Chicago where they said they haven't won a game since Lovie Smith left as coach.
No, that's not right.
Right. He's been gone a while, I thought.
Come on, Shane.
They've been losing a while, man.
How many straight games do you think they lost?
Right.
When the last time you seen them win a game, though?
Shane, how many straight games do you think they lost? If Lovie Smith, if they haven't won
I
a game,
have no clue. I just saw a stat. They haven't won a game since Lovie Smith left.
Lovie Smith,
or at least made the playoffs since Lovie Smith left. Maybe that was it.
Right, that's more like it.
Yeah, that sounds better.
So that's that. Okay, now let's get, of course, this is the Lakers podcast, so let's get into the real matters at hand.
Meat and potatoes.
Yeah, it's Tuesday, and yesterday was media day. King James, the number 23. If you watched the last episode of the podcast, Mitch asked our guest, the great Shaheen Arian. He broke that, right, Mitch? That LeBron was changing his number? Was that the same?
He broke the news.
He broke the news. And so
on the gram,
LeBron's out there in that 23. And we saw some new faces out there. So the court guys are still there, which is LeBron, AD, Austin. It's weird that Ruri and D'Lo are considered court guys because they just came over last year, right? I mean, D'Lo just came back, yeah. And even Austin was
one of the main guys.
Yeah, even Austin was only in year 2, but he's a court guy. So, and then the new guys, of course, Vanderbilt was there last year. He's back and signed an extension. We talked about that the last episode. And the new guys, Gabe Vincent, Cam Reddish, Christian Wood, Jackson Hayes. Who am I missing, Shane?
You said Cam Reddish, KSS.
Oh, yeah, the rookie.
Maxwell Lewis.
Maxwell, yeah, those are just rookies. So, yeah. It was an interesting day. And I think we should start with because we talk about this so often. Mitch always, AD just sticks in his craw with his seeming refusal to go, hey, I'm Anthony Davis. I'm in my prime. This should be my team. And we saw LeBron say yesterday that, AD needs to take the mantle. He needs to take the wheel. And I saw that AD said, well, I feel like this franchise is the Los Angeles Lakers team, and I'm on the team. So he seems to already be kind of resisting that or rejecting the idea that he's the man.
I wouldn't say that. He has some other quotes that, let's say otherwise.
Such as?
Huh?
Such as?
well, Darvin was basically saying, like, people forget he's barely just turned 30. And usually NBA players don't hit their prime until they 30 to 32 years old.
Oh my
And
God.
and AD was basically saying he's starting to be more vocal to a point where Phil Handy was like, okay, they in trouble now, type thing. And then I thought it was encouraging that along with the boxing comedy that everybody saw on YouTube or a viral moment, that he also did some MMA to work on his balance. And everybody know I don't I don't think he does any leg work. Anybody seen him look like he don't do any leg work, but the fact he said he work on his balance in terms of his injury history shows he's trying, to step up. Will it happen? That's to be continued. Like, I don't believe he's the face yet. It's like Matt Barnes was saying on Showtime. It's gonna be LeBron's team regardless, but AD has to be the best player. So I would give LeBron the face as always. He's always gonna be the spokesman. But until AD proves otherwise.
What? Until AD proves otherwise, what?
That he is the spokesman. I mean, that
And
he is
LeBron
the
will-
franchise.
Right,
But until
LeBron.
he proves it and puts it together consistently, everybody gonna look at LeBron, even though he's trying his hardest to hand it over to AD. But
Right.
AD's trying to make strides in the area. Like, he put in more reps in the jump shot. He working on his balance more. He's being more vocal, trying to step up as a leader. Just we'll have to see what that leads to on the court.
Right. Me personally, because Vic Mitch is, I don't know what happened to his camera there, because he had to step aside for a moment. I just feel like Anthony Davis is the type of guy who, like, that statement that he made when he said, you know, this is the Lakers, and I play for the Lakers. Like I said, like he was kind of resisting, uh, in the same way. And I really feel like, it's weird. The Shaq Kobe thing was weird because they're really like the only duo who ever had the problem of, you had two guys who wanted everybody to know that it was their team. You know, I feel like pretty much in any other situation that wasn't really an issue. With Magic with Kareem, it wasn't an issue. With Jordan and Pippen, it wasn't an issue. With Shaq and Kobe, it was a huge issue. Um, but still, though, I think it's a difference between that or like Magic and Kareem just coexisting piece where a guy's not really caring about whose team it was, and somebody saying no, basically saying, well, no, I'm not the man. I'm just another player on the team, basically. But it reminds me of you know he reminds Anthony Davis to me has the same mentality of a Tracy McGrady or Kevin Garnett, Rasheed Wallace, guys who had all the talent in the world. And, it's like they were born to be the best player on the basketball team, but they didn't really want to be the man. They saw themselves as all-around players who could do everything, and not as people who it's like, okay, I have to come out every night and average 30 points a game. And sometimes they'd have to put up numbers like that, or Grady would. Lamar Odom was another guy who had that type of mentality. And Lamar Odom he was not a Hall of Famer like those guys, or even on the level of Rasheed Wallace. Rasheed made 4 All-Star teams. Odom didn't make any. But Odom was another guy who didn't want to be the man. He just wanted to play his game and be a part of a winning team. But I feel like AD is from there. He's from their cloth. You know. So, and I always felt like, I said last year I kind of started to realize that, because I mentioned KG, I think that's the best comparison I said before. When KG was able to link up with Ray Allen and Paul Pierce in Boston, and all of a sudden he wasn't asked to carry the offense, and the other parts of his game, really the best parts of his game, in particular his defense, and you saw they won a championship. And I just think the Lakers will put themselves in a nice position when you have LeBron and Austin Reeves and Ruri and D'Lo, Christian Wood. I mean, you got a bunch of guys who can score to the point that AD hopefully won't need to average 25 points a game this year. And he can focus more on defense and on rebounding. Because I feel like those are really the best parts of his game. And he feels more comfortable when he doesn't have to average 26, 27 points a game. But Mitch, I know you're very opinionated about Anthony Davis. How do you feel about LeBron saying, I know you've said the same thing. AD, please take over this team.
It's
It should be interesting.
It's right there for him. It's, LeBron's saying all the right things. Oh, yeah, Anthony Davis, he's the fit. Listen, LeBron is not ready to step over. Let's be honest. He's not ready to step aside and just let AD take over. AD needs to push LeBron aside, figuratively, obviously, with his play, basically. I'm tired of, if this and if that. No. How much is he making? How much was his extension again?
What are the exact numbers, Shane?
How much was his extension?
I think it was like 152.
For how many years? 3 years?
4 or 5 years.
No.
Listen, he's making that amount of money. He's supposed to be the franchise player. He's making franchise money. He's supposed to be the franchise player. I don't want to hear anything about him. Oh, I'm just a guy and I just want to be part of the team. Nah, man. It's time to nut up. That's it. That's it. It is your team. It is your time. Anthony Davis can be the best player in the league. Forget the Lakers. Anthony Davis could be the best player in the league. He can be an MVP candidate, winner, all that. He can be better than the Joker because he plays both ends of the floor. He can be better than Giannis because he's so skilled on the offensive end. So all the time for, him just kind of getting by, all that is over. He got the big extension. It's time to make big time. It's time to make big time noise in this league. He's 30. Like, how long are we gonna sit here and be like, well, he's still AD's on the way. AD's on the way. He's 30. Well, like how? Like, he's closer to the end than the beginning. Let's be honest. Like, now is the time for the AD MVP season. He's gotten plenty of rest. He's missed plenty of games. So I'm tired of waiting. Now this is the year. This is the year. AD MVP season. That's it.
I mean, that's fair, but also too, he's making steps to taking more
I don't want to
responsibility.
hear it. I just want to see the movement. I don't care about no steps. Just do it.
He's making moves towards doing that. He just, like I say, you have to see what he does on the court, but he's making moves towards doing that. Like he was the main one who recruited Christian Wood. He's being more vocal on the team. He's working on his body more, which was the biggest criticism of him with the injuries. He's doing more. He's got to see what that translates on the court.
That's all well and fine. I want to see it.
So
like every off season, he's doing some new stuff and he's working on his body.
Well, no, in fairness, like most of the time, most off season,
I'm ready to see it. I'm ready to see it.
You have to rehab this off season.
I'm ready to see it.
Let's see. But I mean, there's a lot of positives in media day. They're embracing the smoke, which I love. So embracing the smoke with Denver. Austin, is coming off the Olympic squad, balling and being placed as the third guy, being recognized as the third guy. JHS, apparently, hearing news he's showing out in practice. So and there's been reports like they've been together not necessarily formally, but they've been together, working out together the whole summer up until this point. You know, Rory's been working out with LeBron all summer, so like they're ahead of the curve in terms of where they were last year, and it's looking like a prime year for everybody. So excited.
Yeah, I like this team, man. I like their depth, the different looks they'll be able to give teams. You know, all the different scoring options they have. LeBron was saying that he thinks that he was talking about his mindset going into the season and how, of course, the coaching staff. It's one thing for him to the standard he sets for himself, but he has the coaching staff that's going to be telling him you got enough horses in the stable that you don't have to go all out during the season. And I like I said earlier, I think we have that. We have so all these different guys who can score, and I just think and I was thinking about the Dodgers. It's weird to make such a cross sport comparison, but the way the Dodgers build their team, where it's like they have a couple superstars and then a bunch of good players, and guys who can play different positions, do different things. And the front office is really smart. I wouldn't mind seeing the Lakers becoming the type of team like that really smart in the front office. That they just built really well from top to bottom, and they're just in the mix every year, even if it's never going to be like when we had Magic.
Hell no.
They better start doing that.
Yeah, shut that girl up.
Even even if it may never again be like when we had Magic and Kareem and Shaq and Kobe, just because the league is different now. It's not, don't see teams dominate like that anymore, Golden State notwithstanding. So, I just think Robert Lake is doing a great job.
He did a great job.
He took it like that Westbrook trade set us back 2 years. Nothing against Westbrook, it just didn't work. It didn't fit. And then he corrected it, and
the roster around him didn't fit. It wasn't Westbrook. We got to stop all that. Westbrook gave us all. He was the only one of the big three that played most of the time. It was not Westbrook. It was the roster.
Right. I mean, it was the whole thing, right?
Look what he's doing with the Clippers.
Yeah.
I don't see nobody complaining about him with the Clippers. Not one.
It's amazing that what did he get? They gave him like $5 million, $6 million, something to come back. And they're throwing this.
We knew he wasn't going to get the max, what he was used to getting.
I think it just seems like he's at a point in a career where he wants to be in LA. He wants to be with his family. So yeah. I think he took an extremely team friendly deal to stay in LA, basically.
And yet they're trying to get Brogdon or Harden.
Yeah,
well, that's what happens when you take team-friendly deals. You can, attempt to go after other players.
Yeah. You mentioned Malcolm Brogdon, Shane. I guess we could kind of shift gears. If there's not anything else you guys want to talk about Lakers-wise, talked about. Shane, you got anything?
Yeah, LeBron had an interesting quote yesterday where he said his expectation this season is different from the coach's expectation as far as he sees himself as getting excellence and being him, whereas the coaching staff wants, to somewhat manage him a little bit and keep him healthy, get him through the rest of the season. So it's going to be interesting to see how if Darvin Ham can at times save LeBron on himself at times and let him take a backseat a little bit to let the other guys step in.
It's not even like LeBron saving LeBron from himself. Darvin leans on LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
What needs to happen goes back to what I was saying earlier. If AD plays how AD should be able to play, LeBron won't have to do the heavy lifting. And then, Darvin won't have to play LeBron, 50 minutes. Darvin as a coach is kind of a creature of, I think, for lack of a better term, he's a creature of habit. And, he knows what he knows. He knows what LeBron's going to give him. He knew what Schroeder was going to give him. So he would play the 3-guard lineups. He's going to play LeBron 40 minutes. It's just how Darvin is as a coach. So, but if AD plays how AD can play, LeBron won't have to play 40 minutes.
I'm not just AD, but the team is built where D'Lo can go off, Rui can go off, Austin can go off. You might get a nice 3-point night from a dude from Minnesota. He talking about making 40% from 3.
Taurean Prince.
That's actually what I was gonna say on the last little bit of Lakers media day. It's funny, yeah. Taurean Prince was talking about he wants to make over 40% of his threes, and the way that he was talking, his body language, I actually believe him.
He's capable.
It's funny because a guy like Malik Beasley, who came and was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be hitting all these open shots and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
What did I say? As soon as he said that, I was like, okay, we'll see. I didn't believe him. With Taurean Prince, I believe him. Obviously, I'm not too familiar with this game, but the games that he's played against us, this guy makes shots when it matters. He doesn't, he's not just, he's not like Kenny Smith famously says, he's not a looter in a riot, I don't think. He makes buckets that matter. So I'm excited to see what he can bring. I'm excited to see how Darvin can incorporate all this talent. Listen, I'm sorry, Shea Murray. Somebody's going to get left out of this rotation. We cannot play all these good players. We have a lot of good players, a lot of talented players. Somebody's not going to play. Hopefully they aren't, whoever it is, hopefully they're not butthurt, and hopefully they can support their team, and when their time comes, they can just kind of step in and be a professional. But somebody is going to be left out of the rotation. And it just kind of is what it is.
Well, I think between Beasley and Taurean Prince, Beasley seemed like he strength in the spotlight, and he just kept digging a hole for himself he couldn't get out of. Taurean Prince seemed more seasoned, and mentally he seemed to be more at a better place. Like he was probably the only guy that worked on defense most of the summer and shooting. And he's
hard to work on defense, but
but he literally was like working on defense, but it's very rare for players to work on defense for the off season.
Defense is
being honest, but
defense is effort, for the most part.
But in terms of actually working on slides, and he was doing that, and then mentality wise, season conditioning, he's just more he seems more mature into the moment, and he seemed like he wants to embrace the spotlight. So, I'm looking forward to seeing what he does. And in terms of everybody not playing, somebody gonna be left out. I mean, Rob said everybody gonna get a chance to eat. It doesn't matter what you do with your opportunity. If you make the most of it, you're gonna get some more chances. If not, you're gonna be right fine.
If everybody plays the way that everybody can play on this squad, we'll have a lot of blowouts, and everybody will get to play in that, in that sense.
I mean, the odd man out, and for the most part right now, for at least the beginning stage, it's probably gonna be Cam Reddish and the rookies until they prove otherwise.
But my fiance has a new Lakers hoodie. It's actually kind of cool.
Sharon is caring.
Where is
It's a crop top. I cannot wear that.
Oh,
what about
That's fire.
Where'd you get that from?
Yeah, where'd you get this from? Fanatics? Oh, shoot. Like the store?
Okay.
Online? Damn.
That seemed like a fashion Noah fit, but okay.
Low key, huh?
Yeah,
What about Max Christie? Is Max Christie gonna play?
yeah he's
gonna be left.
he's expected to be Austin's backup. Granted, he don't
He's
fuck up.
not
He's
gonna be
expected
Austin Reeves' backup.
to be. Yes, he is.
Stop playing with me, man.
You can be a non-believer if you want to. Max Christie is expected.
I'm not
to
a
be,
non-believer.
Well, you've been a non-believer since he came on the team.
In summer I said he's a good player.
He's expected to be be Austin Rivers' backup.
He's not going to be Austin Rivers' backup because Austin Rivers is not on the Los Angeles Lakers.
I mean, Austin Reeves, man. You know what I'm trying to say.
Oh, my bad.
He's expected to be Austin Reeves' backup.
No, he's not,
yes,
man. Stop.
Dude, Darvin Ham been saying it. The whole squad been saying it.
Darvin's
expected to be Austin Reeves' backup.
The squad is lying to hype him up for training camp.
I mean, you can say that if you want to. Like,
not going to play.
Who's your backup two guard then?
Man, this is positionless basketball. I could listen. The way Darvin coaches, I could see a lineup with Gabe Vincent, Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, LeBron, and AD.
That's a possibility, but Max Christie gonna get his opportunities because he added 20 pounds of muscle. He's 6'8" long.
Taurean Prince can guard twos. Can he?
He can, but he's more of a four.
Okay.
He's more of a four, but he can guard twos.
I'm saying.
I think of course Cam Reddish can take Max Christie's spot, but I know that's for the training camp to decide. But he's expected to get minutes. He's
not getting no minutes, man. Stop it.
I mean, you could say that, but
if you mean he's gonna get minutes in a blowout, yeah, no, I believe that.
No, sure. He's expected to get at least 10 to 15 minutes.
Oh, stop it.
Okay, you can believe that if you want to, but he's expected to play this year because he's in a contract year 1. 2, they didn't go out and get no other two guards because they want him to take that role.
I thought I screenshot the Lakers roster, but I didn't.
And Cam's more of a small forward anyway. He doesn't play that much, so it's wide open for him to get the minutes. He's have to take it. So.
Well, I'm sure we'll definitely be revisiting that all season.
How many minutes Scottie Pippen Jr. getting this season?
None. He's not. For whatever reason, they don't see him as. He has to prove he could be more of a point guard. He's more of an undersized two guard right now. Like he balls in the G League, but when he gets caught up to play in a big squad, he just doesn't. He's not aggressive. So, but they like him enough to invite him to training camp. So he's going to be around for the D League. He got to figure out. He hasn't figured out how to play in a big squad yet. So he's not going to get no minutes.
All right.
So
it's wild. Yeah. So they have Taurean Prince listed as a power forward, but he's 6'6".
Oh.
It's like,
I said Rui's going to play more small forward. So you might see some lineups for them together.
That's what I'm saying, man. There's so many guys on this team. Like, we don't necessarily have, like, I'm telling you, man, Max Christie's going to find himself. And it's nothing against him, honestly.
I mean, we have to see what this is what you have training camp for. You have to see who's battling out. Because Taurean Prince may not be what he is and may be long in the tooth. And
you said who? You said Taurean Prince is long in the tooth? I
think he may be long in it. Might find some more where he's long in the tooth, or he's not as effective as he thought he was gonna be. Like a couple of these guys are not gonna hit. That's what I'm trying to say.
He's 29. You just told me that people don't reach their prime until 32. So how's he long in the tooth?
Well, some guys, it's always one or two guys you don't fit. That's what I'm saying. Like you don't know if he's gonna fit or not.
Cam Reddish hasn't fit anywhere. He's not gonna fit here.
I mean, that's not fair to say, but
I'm not trying to put him down because he's on my team. I'm just saying.
I mean,
And
he's had moments when he balled out, so he has to put it together.
Once a year.
I mean, we keep forgetting about Vando. Like, yo, they got him listed.
Vando was with the starters today, so he still possibly might start. So
I'm just saying they got him listed at power forward, but he doesn't necessarily play power forward. He guards.
Yeah, and Christian Wood's gonna get minutes, regardless. He gonna get minutes somehow.
Max Christie ain't getting the minutes. Let's
see.
So you're saying, so I'll give you Christian Wood, right? So you got Christian Wood. You know Gabe Vincent's gonna get some minutes. Yeah. Vando is gonna get some minutes. So that's 3. D'Angelo Russell is going to get minutes. Austin Reeves is going to get minutes. That's already 5. Throw in LeBron and AD. That's already 7. You know Jackson Hayes going to get minutes.
Well, that's not guaranteed.
Okay, sorry. So let's
Chris
say
Wood balls out. He might be on the short end of the stick too.
Okay, so let's say Jackson Hayes doesn't then. Rui's going to get minutes.
Yeah.
That's 8.
Okay.
The 9 and 10 are like a little clean.
9 and 10 are open.
Like, it's not even guaranteed that we'll go 10 deep. Is the other thing, is what I'm saying. Like, I don't see Max Christie playing.
Playoff time, no, not likely. But
until
during the season, especially when we got to play that tournament,
until LeBron takes his first break of the season, I don't see Max Christie getting regular minutes.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, you can't say that yet. You got to let it play out.
It's already played out.
To you, it's played out.
It is played out.
To you, it's played out.
That's what I said. Yes.
I mean, they said JSS impressed today. For all we know, he can jump Max Christie.
Stop playing with me, man. That was Vito's damn burner Twitter account. Stop it.
Don't do that. No. What was his name? Jovan Buha, whatever was saying. Austin Reeves and D'Lo shouted JSS as the one who stood out in practice today. So
they're trying to be nice. They're nice guys. They're the type
of they don't just flat out shout a rookie like that. Come on, now you already know that.
Yes. They're nice guys. That's what they do.
Nah, bro. Nah. I'm just saying it's not guaranteed. There's just an opening where he can jump to get minutes, but it's not going. He got to work for it. Like I see it going either way.
So you want Jalen Hood Schifino to get minutes too, and Max? Stop it! Don't play with him.
Hey, the deeper the better. The deeper the better.
That's what she said.
Indeed, it's what she said.
All right, look. We got about 20 minutes left. I want to get into these trades that happened. So basically, you got it was Dame Lillard. He's going to what? Dame time?
Yeah.
Dame time going to the Bucks to team up with Giannis. I was shocked, kind of that. Here we go. Echo. I was shocked.
Wearing. The hell, this fool's out here wearing a damn black beater and like, what's wrong with this guy?
Mitch, am I wrong to say that you're going for a Macho Man Savage like that? That's not what you were going for?
I don't know what I was going for, honestly.
Even with you know how Macho will wear something kind of like a tie-dye color, and is that right. a Ken from Barbie shirt? Do you get that?
It is, yes. I am Kenneth, yes. It finally came.
Oh, you ordered that?
Yeah. I ordered it. I ordered this the day after, the day after we watched the movie. So like the day after the movie came out in theaters.
What movie?
You liked it that much? All right, look.
What movie?
No. We don't have time for it. We were talking about the movie. But okay, let's not get sidetracked. Yeah, so those trades, man. So obviously Dame Lillard to the Bucks. I was surprised at first that Milwaukee was able to keep Chris Middleton and not give him up along with Jrue Holiday. But when I think about it, really, I mean, you never really get 100 cents on the dollar. You make a trade for any type of deal that's involving Dame Lillard, or a superstar like that. So, and I mean, Jrue Holiday is good enough on his own, And of course, it was a three-team deal. So DeAndre Ayton, the principal players were, Dame to Milwaukee, Jrue to Portland, and then you had Chris, Yusuf Nurkic, he's going to Phoenix, and DeAndre Ayton's going to Portland. And then, of course, about, I don't know, a few days later, you had Jrue Holiday being rerouted to Boston.
Boo!
For Robert Williams and Malcolm Brogdon, I think 2 first-round picks. Man, I mean, it's an arms race right now. I'll start off. I'll just ask, okay, Shane, as it stands right now, who's your favorite in the East?
It's going to be between Boston and Milwaukee. Whoever stays healthy is going to be a battle. I think Philly's done. Everybody else is getting short pickles, so it's going to be up to Milwaukee and Boston. And Boston don't have no front court depth at all now, so they got to fix that. And Porzingis is injury prone, so it's they gotta get some backups there. I think they just signed Wayne Gabriel went there, which is unfortunate, but he got a spot now, so they need to fill those spots. Milwaukee, they basically kept the same team intact with Dame taking Jrue's spot. It's going to be deadly, but it's going to take a little bit of time to gel. But Milwaukee, it looks like it's going to be Milwaukee, but it's going to come down between those two.
Mitch?
Yeah. Milwaukee is going to be a top 2 team in the East, and they're not number 2. Listen, it's not close. This Dame trade puts them head and shoulders above the rest of the East. It's already over. The rest of the teams might as well just pack it up and just maybe just play for next season, because this season's already over in the East. The Bucks.
Well,
the Bucks. Nope, Boston sucks.
No, I don't even want to say that. I was going to say the caveat with that is Embiid going to stay with Philly the whole season?
Does it matter?
Does it? Yeah. Does it
matter? How does it matter?
Yeah,
yes,
how does that matter?
Unless he gets traded to Boston.
Right. So if he's not with Philly the whole season, again, it's over for the East. Like, what are we talking about here?
That's what I'm saying. Like, he could go to an Eastern team.
Like who? For what? For what reason?
Because it's damn near over for them. they rebuilding basically.
It's not already over.
Harden's not gonna stay there.
Yeah.
And they basically trying to push up hype of Tyrese Maxey. That's not a winning formula. So I don't see Embiid staying the full term.
You think Embiid's going to try to force his way out of Philly?
He's already thinking about it.
According to who?
That's been out there.
According to who?
And let's say Embiid gets traded
ESPN sources. Embiid's tweet.
Let's say Embiid gets traded to Miami for Bam and Harrell. Is Miami going to be able to compete with Boston or Milwaukee?
I mean, that depends on the pieces they give up, but
Milwaukee. Let's say you pair
a little bit.
If you pair Jimmy with Embiid, which I'm sure Jimmy would love that, because I think he's said multiple times over the years that he loved playing in Philly with Embiid. So, but Doesn't matter because Dame and Giannis are still better as a duo, I believe. Like I said,
That's debatable.
It's not debatable.
It is debatable because first of all, they didn't play the game yet together.
Okay, let's look at it individually. Dame is better than Jimmy. Giannis is better than Embiid. Who's the better duo? Dame and
Jimmy's
Giannis.
better defensively.
Over who?
Jimmy's better defensively.
Yeah, but Dame gives effort, which matters.
And Jimmy has more playoff moments than Dame.
What?
Jimmy has more playoff. He has been more clutch in the playoffs than Dame has.
I'll give you that he's gotten his teams further.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like moments, I mean, lest we forget, he waved bye twice. He hit 2 game winners to end a series in 2 separate years. Like what? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
I mean, that was first round though. Jimmy has been to the finals.
I said
twice.
I said that Jimmy and the Heat have been further. I'll give you that. But if we're talking about moments, Dame has had bigger moments. Like ending a series with a game winner, that's a moment.
It is, but Jimmy has also had games where he's carried Miami with 40, 50 point games, and kept them in it where they're built as a team where they shouldn't even be there.
I'm not going to sit here and let you try to make me slander Jimmy buckets. That's what we're not going to do.
I mean, you ain't got to.
I'm not going there with you. Jimmy is
we want more in the playoff situation than Dame.
I'm not letting you drag me through the mud with this. There's no way. I'm not letting you do this. Not with Jimmy. I can hear Jimmy. I can hear Jimmy.
But Jimmy, don't ever do that hairstyle again, please, man. Please don't do that.
You wouldn't understand. You're just like a walking stereotype. So you feel like you
I ain't walking stereotype nothing. I'm a walking piece of black greatness. That's why I am. Black excellence.
A walking piece of black excellence and greatness.
You can laugh, but facts are facts. You can kiki all you want, but facts are facts. You can laugh all you want. My track record speaks for itself.
Stop.
I mean, I don't know why you laughing that hard.
The only thing black and excellent about you is your damn black beater. Shut your dumb ass up.
Hate all you want to. They sleep. They sleep.
Stop it.
He said his track record
they sleep
for itself.
I don't have to write up my sheet. You already know what it is, so don't.
Look, man.
I don't know why you laughing like that. But it is what it is.
Because you felt so confident when you said that.
Because it's facts. Because it's facts.
Oh no! What were we talking about?
Look. Let me just say.
Oh yeah.
You gonna hate? You gonna hate? That's what it is.
Jimmy.
So
that's right.
Keep on the hate. Keep on the hate. Keep bringing the hate.
That's right. Shane likes to put himself in a box, and Jimmy does not. So Jimmy, keep doing your thing. Don't let these haters tell you what you can or can't do, or listen to or whatever. We can be multifaceted out here. I don't know if you know. You don't know that. Never mind.
Oh, I'm Mr. Multifaceted. What you talking about?
Stop. Stop it.
You stop it.
Stop it.
Look, I just want to
stop.
Stop encouraging that behavior.
I just wanted to say one last thing about the. I just want to say that I think as far as the Celtics go, they lost Marcus Smart in the trade.
That's a big loss.
Porzingis, but they're able to replace his defense and then some by getting Jrue Holiday. So the issue would be up front. Porzingis is one of those guys who's he blocks shots, but that's just because he's like 7'3".
Yeah.
I don't think he stops any. He doesn't deter anybody from going to the basket. He doesn't alter shots.
Not
He's
scary.
Right. He's so tall that he just boxed 2 shots a game by accident. Whereas Robert Williams, even though he doesn't, I think he only played like 24. He's never really been on.
And they lost Greg. What's his name? Greg Williams.
Grant Williams.
Grant Williams.
But yeah, even though I think even though Robert Williams, he never quite reached the point with them. And I didn't realize he's going in year 6. I had never heard of the guy until the year that they made the finals. So it was just 2 years ago. So, but he never, got to Right, he never got to the point where he was playing like star minutes. So it's like, but he was out there. I mean, he does everything defense. Block shots, he deters shots. He can play the pick, play on the pick and roll. He can guard his own man. So that's a big, their defense on the interior has gotten a lot worse. But we'll just have to see if the offense, they've gotten a lot better offensively. They're able to keep Derek White, who I love. So we'll just have.
They didn't bring back Al Horford either, right?
He's still there, isn't he?
Yeah, I believe they did. But just seems like this is where their new coach, what's his name, Pozzoli?
Yeah,
that's his name, right? Whatever.
I heard he's more offensive already anyway.
That's what I'm trying to say. If you let me finish, nickel nut. Whatever his name is, what's his Pozzoli? Pozzoli, right? That's what it's, yeah. So Pozzoli, he's definitely more offensive minded, where Ime Udoka was more defensive minded. So I mean, you get rid of all those kind of glue guys that you had. I mean, granted, you kind of switch Marcus Smart for Jrue Holiday. But I mean, other than that, Grant Williams and Robert Williams for Porzingis, basically. Porzingis, he's another guy where it's just like, man, like, how long are we supposed to wait to see this greatness? Like, so much potential. And, Porzingis, all Porzingis wants to do is stand outside and shoot threes. So, I mean, that's all Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown want to do too. So it's gonna be.
But in fairness, that's the coach too, because he wants them to shoot as many threes as possible. And,
well, how'd that work out for him?
Right. So he has somebody on that team has to step up leadership rise, because they said I heard there were times where Marcus Smart had to take over the huddle and actually call out plays and coach the team, because the coach was over his head a little bit, and now he's gone. So,
I feel like you always got to have that one of those guys on your team.
All right, they don't have that no more.
Well, I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
So somebody got to step up as leadership, bro.
I feel like a lot of times you can look back on really great teams and they have that kind of one guy who's like not necessarily the best player a lot of times, but he's they just have leadership qualities. Like you look at the Kobe Powell Lakers, and you had a Derek Fisher there to back Kobe up.
Right. Or Rick Fox.
I said the Kobe Powell Lakers.
Oh yeah, defense shit.
So, you look at the 2020 Lakers. I mean, Jared Dudley. I mean, his role was so underrated. Like, I think he was such a glue guy for that locker room that, I mean, it's crazy. Then you had Rondo too. Oh my God. We just had leadership qualities on that 2020 squad. Man, I mean,
Yeah.
But just looking back at the Dame trade.
We don't have time to look back at the Dame trade. Sorry, guys, we're out of time.
Oh shoot. Well, but Herbert wanted to jump on because we actually got matching sweaters, so he wanted to come show his off too. But unfortunately, Shane's Black Excellence derailed us once again. So sorry, Herbert, we ran out of time. Sorry.
A black Excellence and a black wife beater. All right, so before we get out of here, just a few reminders. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button next to the Complete Lakers podcast. If you prefer the audio version, remember to rate, review, and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts. The show is also on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and every other major podcatcher. Make sure to follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at TC Pod Network and to like it on Facebook. Just search for the Complete Lakers podcast. And finally, send feedback and mailbag questions to CompleteLakersPodcast@gmail.com. We are out.
Brock Purdy is better than Dak Prescott.
Oh, shit.